Hey, Frank Ditalo, Vice President and Executive Creative Director of Critical Mass. Congratulations on winning the Shorty Award.
Thank you, Danielle. Really appreciate it. It's a great honor.
Is it your first Shorty?
It is my first shorty. Yes.
Okay,
Hopefully,
what does that mean?
it's a great honor. I think it speaks to the bravery of our clients to push for really interesting, clever, unexpected work. I always value the shorties because it's culture. So it's not just advertising. You're in really good company with influencers, people who are really ahead of culture. So it means a lot that it's not just advertising.
That's a cool point. Thanks for saying that. I'm personally an AT&T influencer ambassador, so I love that you guys won this, and I loved the campaign. How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, well, the idea came from this really simple behavior. The campaign really came from and was born out of this behavioral insight that we all experience, which is we all mindlessly wait for these loading wheels because our content matters so much to us. So it was really trying to own a piece of real estate in social content that we can own and deliver a message. And so we found that people are spending an inordinate amount of time mindlessly watching these loading wheels spin around. And we thought, well, what if we can turn something that people find so repulsive and revolting into something that's actually entertaining? So that's sort of where the idea was born. It was born out of sort of a desire to make these things that we all cringe when we see them into something that's actually entertaining to watch.
It was so well executed. I'm curious as to if there were any sort of shocking or surprising viewer responses.
Um, well, I think a lot of unexpectedness. You got me. People are so conditioned to expect these loading wheels that all of a sudden something unexpected happens. It was a lot of surprise. So the comments were actually really positive that, you found a clever way to make loading wheels a little less annoying.
How do you think, what do you think made this campaign really stick out?
Well, I think there's a couple things. I think, again, tapping into that cultural insight, that behavioral insight of, we all do this and we don't even realize it now. We've been conditioned to wait for loading wheels. So I think that's the first thing. I also think that it's a really simple and humble approach to a very practical problem that people experience, which I think adds to the breakthrough. It's just something that's so simple. So it's about economy and craft, which I also like in the executional restraint. So it stands out for its simplicity, which I really like, and its ability to stir and provoke emotion with such a minimalist approach.
It's like the Seinfeld of campaigns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I really felt that way when I watched it. I was like, this is brilliant. It really catches your eye. Um, I'm curious as to how it feels to be honored as one of the best in social and digital because, there's so much work that goes into campaigns and so few of them are able to really break through the zeitgeist.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, our team is very humbled to accept this award. I think because we're in such great company. And again, Shorty's moved beyond advertising into culture. So we're really glad that this had an impact beyond just advertising, that people out in culture are really accepting this. And it really seems to be working.
We're obviously in such an interesting time across industries, but I'm particularly interested in what you're seeing as the response for digital and brand agencies during COVID.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're all challenged with the production realities of trying to figure out a scrappy way to stay relevant. And I think digital has really risen to the top because I think digital by nature doesn't require so much heavy, big production. I think scrappy, simple, ideas that are based on insights are always going to be relevant. I think this is a great example of that. It's not a big fancy shoot. It's just a really simple, humble idea based on a really powerful insight. And I think those ideas will never go away.
Do you think we'll start seeing ads that were shot during COVID? Or do you think advertisers will kind of bypass that and try and start shooting once production's sort of allowed to happen more so?
Well, look, I think that this has changed the game. I think what we've realized is we can do a lot more with less. And I think companies, you'll find companies start popping up that can do things scrappier. I think again, economies and craft, I think, goes a long way. Our reliance on big productions, I think you'll see it. You're going to start to see a move, I believe, to work that can be done honestly and simply. Either, it doesn't always have to be in your home, but what this has forced us to realize is we can actually do this on our own. We don't necessarily need big production and big fancy sets to be relevant. We need relevant communication and powerful insights.
I love that. Relevant communication. That's going to be the tagline of the day.
Nice.
Thank you so much for your time, Frank, and congratulations.